President Traore, I am from Jamaica, and I am praying for you. Come in the 30th. I don't know if they're going to march in Jamaica, but if they go march, I'm going to march. But if they're not going to march, I'm going to spend the whole day on my knees, praying, begging God to cover you, begging Yahshua, the Holy Spirit, to cover you from the plan of these enemies. When I was small, I remember Gaddafi, but I never felt it that much. Because at the end of the day, he was living in luxury. But you're not living in luxury. You are for the people. You are for the people. And I'm going to go on my knees and I'm going to pray you up, young man, in covering. Stay covered in Jesus' name.
We can either fight for our country or we can be slaves. Which one do we want to do?
President Ibrahim over in Burkina Faso, Africa, little small country. You know, he making a lot of changes to help them come up. You know, he putting out the French, saying y'all done got on us enough. Y'all have been in our minds enough. We not keep doing that.
Right.
He signed the order to make education free for everybody.
That's what's up.
From when you first get to school through the university, he says no more book charges, no registration fees. Education is the key. Yep. To get them out of poverty. Now, how can that man do it in a country like that and we can't do it?
Because it's all about that dollar.
Now, instead, now we threatening folks out of deferments and COVID and everything else they had to do, middle class and poor people to defer their student loans. Now you got this billionaire bitch in Linda McMahon in the education department after she done cut half the jobs. Now she's saying, now we're going out to student loans. If you owe, you're going to get a letter within 2 weeks. If you got 30 days to do something.
The amount of love the black community overseas, I mean those that are not on the African continent, are showing African people during this time, it's unimaginable. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. My name is Natkunda Esther. If you're new here, hi, welcome. If you like my content, please consider subscribing, like, comment, and share. Let me know what you think in the comment section about this uprising. I feel like it's an uprising that even some white people have come out to speak up against their governments, most especially those ones in Europe. You know, I love to see it, man. This is a big lesson. Like, I just want to say this video, this is a big lesson to the African continent that there are times where last year and beginning of this year where African Americans came a lot on the media and they were warning people of color about voting against their interests, like voting DJT into power. Like, black people kept on reminding other people of color, like, hey, at the end of the day, these people are going to see you as one of us, regardless of how fair skinned you are. And it came to pass, they got deported because they thought they were so far from the black community. The reason I'm saying this is because this goes to the African people, because majority of the times African people, when we go overseas, we tend to detach ourselves from the black community. And now is the time where a lot of African people, and guys, I'm saying this with facts, like so many videos on TikTok, you can go and check. So many people in Africa are coming out and they are saying, all along, these people had our backs. They actually cared about us, even if they are ancestors of slavery, and like we thought, or they don't love Africa, or what, they don't like us, or like even when we go overseas, we detach ourselves. At the end of the day, like, it makes sense. The way Jamaicans, African Americans, most especially my emphasis is African Americans and people from the Caribbeans, the way they are supporting Africa now. It is really teaching African people that at the end of the day, we are one person. At the end of the day, you're not alone. Other people have your back. So it is a black thing. Like, I feel like this time, people are coming together. It's not even like, oh, it's African people. African Americans are caring like as if they live on the continent. You understand? I've seen African Americans coming out and saying, hey, we are no longer our ancestors. We will not sit and stand the continent be corrupted like this or history be redone. And man, this is really a very educational time. And I just want you guys to know that this is a very good awakening. The way it's even on our media in Africa, even on TVs, it's a shock that everyone is shocked that how people, black people from the diaspora are standing with Africans. Like, oh my God, African people have this much support. Even the white man is scared now. You understand? So, man, I just want to say thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for standing with Africa. Thank you so much for standing with Burkina Faso. Thank you so much for standing with Ibrahim Traore. And this just goes on to show how Man, black people always show up. Man, black people show up. You African Americans, you have no idea on how your support towards African people during this time is like massive. It's crazy. It's crazy because it's like you are our shield now. You are like a voice that we have from heaven that we didn't even know we had. You understand what I mean? So, man, I just want to appreciate you for that. Let's see what other people have to say.
Dallas, Texas. I will be at Dallas City Hall tomorrow to show my support for Ibrahim Traore. Hey, it's a global protest going on worldwide. Don't miss your chance to be a part of something great, to be able to change history so it can be better for the people that look like me. I need my Mexicans to show up too. Real talk. Anybody that got to work when I go live, I need y'all to stream with me. Because one thing about it, if we don't show our support, then we can never unify. And that's why I'm taking to the streets. New York, y'all need to do the same thing. Cali, y'all need to do it. LA, y'all need to do it. Because they doing it globally everywhere. It's a mega rally for one of the greatest presidents to ever come out of Africa. Real talk, man. TikTok is my job. Since they already started shadow banning my videos, I'm going to drop my cash tag so y'all can support the revolution. Because one thing about it, I promise y'all, but when we take to them streets, they will start to feel our energy and they will come down off these Jim Crow laws that they building against my people. Because one thing about it, injustice to one is a threat to all. And it's about time that we all come together and we take back the power that we got and quit letting these colonizers control our life. It's time for us to wake up. We don't need them. They need us.
So Burkina Faso, Mali, and Namibia were all three countries that forced France out of their country, right? And now you have Chad. The president of Chad, Mohamed Deby, ordered for France to get out of their country today. And it's going to be epic, y'all, because so many different countries and places in Africa are literally saying, fuck you, France. They're not allowing it anymore. And then this blackout that just happened in Europe is only the beginning.
We can either fight for our country or we can be slaves. Which one do we want to do? So y'all, I might have to do a series called Stand Up Sundays because people are standing up against this horrible, horrible regime that's now taken over America. We know that the Klan Party president that is in place right here in the United States of America is going after everything that has to do with black people, DEI, or whatever else that they want to lump into that. And Africa's no different. This here is Ibrahim Traore. He is the leader of Burkina Faso in Africa. And right now, there has been a threat made against him to arrest him and eliminate him, and that is coming from the clan leader of the United States of America. They want to put African lands under control of somebody who would be sympathetic to what the United States wants. And what do they want from Africa? Rare earth minerals. Now that China has cut off rare earth minerals to the United States of America, of course they're going to go to Africa to try to get them. And people are not reporting about this like they don't report about a lot of things that come from Africa. Let's talk about the Congo, if we want to be honest. Or let's talk about the famine that's been happening in Africa. Let's talk about Sudan. All of these things that are happening that people don't want to talk about because they're happening to people that are black. And the United States, like they have done multiple times throughout other countries, especially when there's somebody in power like our current Klan leader, they're going to go after a country that they feel can't defend itself, or once they can cut off all its resources, they can watch its population wither and unalive, and that includes children.
General Michael Langley of the United States Army is talking about arresting Captain Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso, our very own Captain Ibrahim Traore, aka President of Africa. General Langley is talking about arresting President of Africa. Let me ask you this. Do you think General Langley has any jurisdictional powers to arrest a president of a different country? Do you think he has that power to arrest any president whatsoever in Africa? And let me ask you this also. What do you think would happen, right, if a Nigerian general, a general in the Nigerian army or South African army just wake up one day and say, you know what? I am going to arrest President Trump of the United States because President Trump is using the country's resources to protect himself and to protect his administration and to protect his own wealthy friends. I am going to arrest him. What do you think would happen if any general anywhere attempts to arrest President of the United States? What do you think would happen? While you're thinking about that, I would like you to watch this video here. Okay? Thank you. I will come back and ask you more questions. Thank you.
Most of you who are young like me, we were born into this system. But that's not what can allow Burkina to thrive. Because in this situation, there are only two cases. Either we accept to fight or we remain slaves forever. I told you once, there are those who are slaves in their minds. They can only serve their master. And those people try every time to manipulate you. You must advise each other. Because every situation can be exploited by these enemies of the nation to try to discourage you, to demotivate you. So, you must advise each other and not pay attention to certain remarks, even on some media. Not everyone is obliged to be patriotic. You are the first patriots. You have decided to defend the homeland. There is nothing better than that. Those who want to support you, let them support you. Those who want to discourage you through writings, you must close your ears and move forward. As for those, we will fight them here. So, we must remember something. Recently, there is a so-called NGO. It's not even an NGO. Because NGO stands for non-governmental organization. They are not non-governmental because they are funded by a federal budget, by a state. This so-called NGO produces reports claiming that the FDS and the VDP commit abuses. It went in here, it came out there. It's to tarnish your morale. It's to scare you, to prevent you from being able to fight. No. Moreover, we are going to file a complaint against this NGO because people need to understand something. What is happening to us here? It's true that they have manipulated part of our populations in the Sahel here, but they didn't have that kind of weaponry. What brought such significant weaponry into their ranks? It's Libya. Who destroyed Libya? It's this NGO, the same NGO that made false reports and gave them to those who wanted to create a rebellion so that people would intervene and overthrow Gaddafi. And the powder keg ended up being poured into the Sahel. These millions of lives that have been taken in the Sahel, we must file a complaint against this NGO because it is responsible for these false reports it made to support this thesis of attacking Libya. They have no moral lessons to give us.
Indeed, Captain, they have absolutely no moral lessons to teach us. Captain Ibrahim Traore is passionate, he is knowledgeable, he is fit, and he's exactly the African leader we have been praying for all these years. Please, African leaders, please support him, protect him, please follow his footsteps, please speak with one voice, come together and speak with one voice against Westerners who are trying to colonize us again, who are trying to go into Africa and steal our resources, who are trying to divide us, who are trying to push us backwards. Please, 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 please. And to my fellow Africans, if we've not been paying attention, this is the time for us to pay attention and get involved.
If we act now, we will be the ones who rewrite history. We will be the ones who write our own story. Africa for Africans, indeed. But what deal with humanity? Seeing Yemen and your actions right now, your contribution right now, your unity, your togetherness right now, your centralization and organization right now will make a difference. For so long we have felt displaced and at a disposition, but now we can be purposeful. Spreading awareness might be enough. With technology, we know how impactful that can be. So do your thing. Make we do it.